actually joined the tour, it was a last minute thing,
Mm-hmm.
and the reaction online was honestly astounding. Like everybody was positive about it. So can you take me through getting that last minute call, doing a show by yourself with no dancers, and then getting such a positive reaction?
Oh, yeah. So when I got the call, I was actually in Florida about to do this intense detox. I had my alarm set for 1 p.m., in which you take this bottle of like Casa Sagrada, and it makes you, oh, the instructions say, to be stationary for 24 hours. And I got the call like 12:30. I said, okay, let me look up flights. So I looked up flights myself, and I said, oh, there is one flight that gets me there from Florida to Chicago. I would get there like 6:15, but y'all want me on stage at like 8:10. I've done it before. Changing in sprinter vans and airports, like I've done this for so many years. So I'm like, hey, well, let's go. However, they caught me 30 minutes on time because in 30 minutes I would have been assed out, stationary for a straight 24 hours or more, unable to move or fly anywhere. So they got lucky, and so did I, because I enjoyed myself. But that was, the very, very first phase of, the invitation. And I was up for it. Um, what was the next question?
Were you able to receive all that love online and see the reaction to that last minute performance?
It's so, I got to Chicago. I didn't have any clothes with me. I was not home. I had just come from doing a couple of shows of my own, and I had gone to a birthday party, and I had one outfit with me. I was like, I guess this is the one I'm going to take and see how it works. But it was a skirt, and it ripped on stage, but hey, things happen. I had shorts underneath. But you go with the flow and make things happen, and no one would probably ever know. And that's all I had within the hour to make it happen. I was not able to actually initially look at any of the comments online because they had asked me to come to Kansas City the very next day, and I thought I was only like filling in for one show. I said, all right, I'm down. I'm just going to have some time to shop. And so I have a local road manager in Chicago. Shout out to Angela, Dreamflow Entertainment. And we flew to Kansas City the next day. And I was like, ooh, that's a fly jacket. Can I borrow your jacket tomorrow? Because I brought a pair of pleather pants just to like wear normally. And I had my pleather thigh high boots stuck to the pleather pants. I did not know was a full pleather catsuit that I did not wear for another show that I was doing. I was like, by the grace of God, you've been with me. And that's what I wore in Kansas City because I did not have time to shop. And I also didn't have time to go online because I was really tired and, coming off of the road. So that's what happened. And then I think a couple days later, they mentioned that money wasn't well enough to continue. So I did want to give a little bit more if I was going to be announced. But I think, Memphis, Tennessee was the first one I hopped on by myself while the dancers in LA were in rehearsals because I said, oh, we're about to hit ATL on this stop. So let's, bring a little bit more fire to the equation. And I performed with dancers for the last three shows. I think it was Atlanta, Greensboro, North Carolina, and Baltimore. hmm And it was fun. Yeah, we got to watch the whole show on the final stop, Baltimore. So, we all pretty much grew up in the same era. We know everybody's songs on tour, and it was just such a delight to be in the space of your peers that you looked up to and that you know the songs of. It was a beautiful moment also to see the crowd and all the love, being shown for Brandy and Monica and Kelly from a spectator point of view. It was just a beautiful thing. We're all in our 40s now, and it means so much to us to be able to be in an arena and hear the audience sing our songs from childhood or our careers. It's a blessing. Face to Face and Give It to You are actually a part of my forthcoming album coming out in 2026. And it's, I would say, a homage project with contemporary sound still. But I'm from the 70s. I love 70s music. I love 80s music. And of course, 90s R&B. So it has all of that. Face to Face is about introspection and really taking a deep dive, look at yourself, and sitting with it, confronting any fears, any doubts, and doing the work to heal, doing the work to better yourself on the road to becoming your best self, and knowing sort of like an internal conversation that you're also having, that when you step out after you do all the work, it's about to be a problem. You know what I'm saying? So you could show up for yourself, but also others in a major way. Self-love journey. It's also a very spiritual flex type of song, you know. It's still swaggy, but it's very spiritual. Give It to You is a fun bop, you know, that represents the block party vibe, the roller skating rinks, stuff from our era when we grew up and we got to go outside or even indoors, house parties. It's that real Evelyn Champagne King, Mary Jane Girls, Patrice Rushen, SOS Band vibe, Jammin' Lewis sound, that Minneapolis funk, Prince, all of that. You'll hear a lot of personality music on this next album. I could tell this was your ex, I can tell you why is she falling now? Took so long. Tell me what she was, baby. Tell me what she is. That you just bother me. That's why you didn't have no kids. You know, 25 years of my sophomore album is insane. You don't really think about 25 years ahead when you're making the project. Oh my goodness, I think I was 19 or 20. You're not thinking that far. So when you get to that point, it can be very emotional to look back at all that has occurred, transpired, learned, and really give yourself a pat on the back, but also praise God because you're here, you're alive. And man, the best is yet to come. It feels like grade school when I look back at the era. I was learning so much. And when you're stepping into new territory for the first time, it can be very awkward, right? But I'm very proud of myself, the young me, the young woman, even the teenager, for just taking the chance and leaning on faith to push through. Not everything is always going to be perfect, but when you go for it, you learn along the way. So giving myself grace at times, which is really difficult sometimes when you're in the public eye, and everybody's in the public eye with social media now, that you may be afraid to make a mistake, but every so-called mistake is a lesson, which is a blessing and a part of your growth. So I love looking back at the younger me and just very proud of her for standing her ground, but also being a student and always being open to learning. That's still me. I'm always open to being schooled and stepping into new roles or territories, and it's fun. I'm having the time of my life now that I probably should have been having then. I feel like the 20-year-old, 25-something-year-old now in my 40s, but I was so serious because I wanted to prove myself so hard back then, being on a rap and rock label and a female, you know. So I think we should all remember to just always have fun in whatever you do. That's one lesson I have learned along the way. make sure you have balance and make sure you have the absolute best time doing what you're doing. Hey, everybody out there, it's Maya, and you are tuned into True Exclusive.